is Sydney Collins. This is Flapjack, and today we are going to be doing a grooming demonstration. One thing I wanted to talk about before you get started, it's really important to know how to walk a horse properly and tie up a horse. You should have two hands on the lead rope at all times, one closer, and have the other end of the lead rope. You never want to wrap the lead rope around your hands. So we do what we call the butterfly, and you just kind of thread it through, but then it's not wrapped around my hand, and I can drop it and let go if anything were to happen. Let me turn him around. All right, so to tie him up, you're gonna take your lead rope and run it through here. All right, and you're gonna take your lead rope, you'll throw it over twice, and so you'll have this little thing right here. You'll take this middle loop and you'll pull through, and you'll just pull that tight. It'll create this little loop. This is like an emergency situation. You can just pull this and it'll undo and they can get loose, and you'll just take this extra piece and just loop it like that through there. Here's some things that you need to groom a horse. That's mainly what we're here to talk about today. We have a hard bristle brush. This is to get any mud or really caked on dirt off, plus loose hair. We have a comb you can use on their mane and tail, a soft bristle brush or a finishing brush. You can spray this down with some show sheen or anything like that once you're done to wipe them down. A squeegee. You would use this after a bath or if they're sweating a lot. You'll use this. You just kind of go against, and like if there's any excess water or a bunch of sweat, it would just slick it off. There's a sponge. You can use this if you give them a bath. Most of the time when we bathe our horses though, we use one of these. You just get it wet, put some soap on it. You'll scrub it along their bodies. Not only does it feel good to them, but it also helps get off extra dirt and loose hair and things like that. You also need a hoof pick to clean out their feet. There's also a braiding comb. It just depends on if you braid your horse's mane and tails or not. We typically don't, so we don't really use it. So first things first, we're gonna clean out his feet. You always want to be really careful going around the legs. He'll just pick up, and you'll just take this little metal part. You'll clean out the creases and stuff right here. Make sure there's no mud or anything. You can dust off any grass, dirt, whatever, and you'll gently put that back down. I would always start with a hard bristle brush. You're just gonna go through along his body, any excess hair, dirt off. You can do this. Preferably do it before you go riding. Make sure your tack doesn't get as dirty, especially if they've been turned out. And then of course you'll do it after to help get any dirt and stuff off that might have happened while you were riding. Like I said, soft bristle brush. Typically you can spray this down after you get done grooming them with some show sheen or something that's made for their coat, and it also helps get all the extra dirt and everything off as well. A comb. He doesn't have much of a mane to really comb through, but you'll just comb it through, make sure there's no knots and tangles or things like that. If he had more of a mane, it would probably take longer, but he doesn't. Same thing, if you're going behind a horse, you want to put your hand, kind of run it down them, that way they know they're there, and you'll push your body against them, like he still knows I'm here. Some people do mane pulling. Like I said, he doesn't have much of a mane to pull. We don't do that anyway. A couple ways you can do mane pulling. Some people will just take clippers and they'll buzz all this off, and they'll leave probably about this much length, and they'll just be one length all the way down. A lot of people do that with show horses. Another way you can do that is you can get the mane pulling comb. It's like, kind of looks like a pocket knife. It has a blade. The blade has little combs on it similar to this one, and you would just run it through their hair, and it would cut off some of the dead ends and things like that, and it would overall thin out the hair. But that's about all we have for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and hope you learned something about grooming a horse.